All right, what's going on, everybody? Let me double check I can hear myself. Okay, I think I can hear myself. Um, it is Wednesday night. So again, if for those of you that don't know and you're just joining, I stream every Wednesdays and Sundays with the occasion Saturdays depending on a fight night, just like this week when we have UFC 306, I believe. Let me double check. Israel Adesanya. It's UFC 305 this Saturday. So again, Wednesdays I stream just to do a midweek catch up because again, I want to be able to let you guys know what's going on and what I did for the week, and vice versa. I want you guys to tell me what you did for the week because we are in this together. We are growing and we are able to hold each other accountable. And then I do Sunday streams to finish off what I did for the week to make sure that I hit my goals and really just not being lazy in any type of way. That's really the main point of Sunday, to let you guys know that we have to finish the week strong. And we're in this together. I want you guys to finish the week strong. I want to finish the week strong. We're going to keep doing this every Wednesday and Sunday. And of course, on the occasion Saturday, like this Saturday, we will be streaming our fight reactions to whatever's going on. For example, this week will be UFC 305, Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis. I have my opinions and thoughts on that fight, but I'll really just get on that fight when I stream on Saturday night. So not much to talk about there. I don't like Dricus, by the way, but Israel also has been acting like an idiot, so I can't really. I don't know who to go for in this fight. It's weird. It's weird. I've been watching Izzy for a while. I don't think Dricus beat Sean Strickland, but I'll get into that on Saturday. So as far as what we're doing and what's happening, again, I'm still going to the gym. I'm still consistently investing my money. I'm consistently being able to elevate myself in any way that I can every single day. I go to bed better than when I woke up in bed, and I do that cycle over and over again. So either if I have to go to the gym and that's my only win for the day, then that's my only win for the day. I have to make sure that I get some type of wins or more wins than losses in a given day than more losses than wins, because you don't want to be that way. It actually, me, it hurts my ego. It hurts my fragility. I want to become great. I have goals. I have achievements that I want to get to, and I want to do that before I turn 35. So I have about 9 or 10 years, and we're still going strong. We're still investing. I think next year we should be able to buy our first investment property. It's been a dream of mine to buy my first investment property. The first one is always the hardest. I will give you guys a breakdown on my process and how I did it and what I did, and how to do it in the event that you guys want to do it as well. Again, this is a stream that is based on the point of view of somebody that is on the process or in the journey of getting to their personal, financial, or economic goals. Obviously, it makes more sense that I would talk about this when I become successful. However, I don't think there's enough, people in this world that can discuss their points of views as they're climbing the mountain, because it's actually much easier to do something together at the same time. And right now I'm in the process of, doing what I want to do with my goals and my life achievements. However, finding people that are ambitious as me, as I like to say, is very hard to find. It's not, easy to find someone that wants to fly in the clouds. Essentially, there are people that have their own goals and their own ambitions. However, from my experience, I've been seeing that my goals are a lot higher than the average person's goals, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people just are fine at being at a certain height or a certain point, and then they're fine with being content at that place. However, me, I want to make $1 billion before I die. That is my goal. I don't care how I'm going to do it. Well, I'm not going to do it illegally, but I don't care how I'm going to do it. My goal is to make $1 billion before I die. I want to retire by the time I'm 35, and I want to be able to live and travel and, I guess, be free, right? Freedom comes at a cost, and the cost you have to work for. So I'm working towards it right now. And over time, we will continue to build and grow into a better and brighter future. Now, I do want to point out that when I say that I want to be free by the time I'm 35, that doesn't mean I want to stop working. That actually counteracts the I guess the process of me becoming somebody. I want to work for myself and have, me working full time on my own businesses and creating more money and more avenues of investments, more avenues of revenue, and more avenues of income. That's most likely the goal. As of right now, I'm a big guy who I'll actually explain this in another stream. That's actually a smart thing to discuss. Maybe let me write that down. I have my own way of essentially getting to a point that you can get $1, make $2 out of it, and then make 4 and then 8. And I'll explain that whole process. But I'll actually discuss on what I did in terms of my investments and how I did it. And you guys can, follow the same path. I have to be really careful in terms of how I define this. So this is probably going to take some time for me to discuss because I work in finance and I can't give financial advice. So it's I don't want to break any compliance standards or rules because I was being dumb. So we'll have to figure out how we do that. But I basically save up $100 and I do some stuff with it to make 200, and then from that 200 I invest it into something else that costs 200. From that cost of 200, I'll sell it for 400, and I'll continue to do that over and over again. That's really just like the basis of how I invest. And stocks are a good way to make a lot of money. I've gotten a lot of free stuff because I made money off stocks, and I honestly for sure know that I can't tell you what stocks to buy and what stocks to sell or when to sell them and when to buy them. You have to do your own research. There's a lot of things involved with buying stocks. You can't just buy blindly. And just like the movie Wolf of Wall Street says, nobody, whether you're a stockbroker or Warren Buffett or Kathy from Starbucks, no one will truly know where the stock price of a certain stock or where the stock market will go. It can go up, down, left, right, sideways. It's a wazi, it's a woozy, fugazi, right? So, but there are indicators to trying to understand the signs of where the stocks might go. I read those signs. I watch Bloomberg. If you don't know anything about the stock market, I recommend you guys watch Bloomberg every day for 2 hours a day. I used to watch Bloomberg every day for 2 hours a day. 2 years ago, I learned all the jargon, the slang, the words, why there's certain things happening. I'm able to understand why the market moves in a certain direction because of certain events. So I know all that. Now, I don't know how to actively day trade because I can't day trade. So if you're going to tell me how to, if you're going to ask me how to read candle charts, I won't be able to tell you how to read candle charts. I do a lot of my trading based on a 30-day time frame. So I buy something and I hold it for 30 days and then I sell it. And then I buy something else and then I sell that. And I do it for anything for more than 30 days. So again, I can't tell you what I buy. And if you guys think this is gatekeeping, I don't know what to tell you, but this is just something that I can't disclose because I work in finance. I cannot give financial advice. But please, 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 please do your research when buying stocks. Do not buy things because somebody else tells you to buy them. You have to be able to believe in that company yourself to be able to put your money. All right, guys, it's your money. Yes, I know Warren Buffett might buy something or a big hedge fund might buy something. I get it. It's very easy to get tempted into doing something because someone else did it. However, please do your research on buying stocks because at the end of the day, it's your hard-earned money that you're putting in on the line that you could possibly lose, but you could also possibly win. So don't take anything for granted. Do your research, invest, and then just continue to do that cycle again. Now, you're going to lose money. I don't care what anybody says. The greatest stock traders in the world or in the history of time lost money. You're going to lose money. The main purpose of you doing your research is that so you minimize your losses and prevent it in the future so that you could get more wins than losses. That's just how it works. That's how it works in anything in life. You have to have more wins than losses. We're going back to my point is why I like to have more wins than losses on a given day every single day, no matter what day it is. Saturday, Sunday, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing what I need to do to continuously strive towards a better goal. And for me to do that, I have to climb each step. Each step is a win. Each loss is a step down. I try to climb up the steps as much as I can before any losses come my way. Please do your research, all right? And don't be afraid to invest, guys. I don't want you to think that this is like a misconception that only certain elites win. Trust me when I tell you, don't fall into those conspiracy theories. Anybody can do good in the stock market. You just have to read about it. Literally, sit your ass down, watch Bloomberg, and just read about events, and you're going to pick up certain analytical skills to understand that, okay, I've seen this last week. This could go this way. I'm going to buy this stock. That's all it is. Just read, and do your research. Stop listening to everyone's like opinions and advice. Please do not go on Twitter first of all, Twitter or X is a place of just full on, I guess, quote unquote traders that say something for their own benefit. So if they have $50,000 invested in a stock, right? They invest in stock one. They're going to go on Twitter and say, this stock I predict is going to go to this price because of this, and that, right? Most of the time, there are times where they're right, but most of the time they're just saying that so they can either make their 50,000 back because the stock is down, or they just want to make some extra bucks. That's all it is. So I highly recommend you guys to do your own research. Don't be lazy. And I say that like with full on emphasis, do not be lazy. Read. This is why I don't go out anywhere. This is why I have no life. I either stream, or I go to the gym, or I go to work, or I'm reading online about these stock markets because I want to make enough money to buy a house a year. Do not fall into any scams. Don't buy any courses. Don't buy any fucking Forex bullshit. Do your own research. I don't know anything about Forex. That name has a bad reputation because of the amount of people that are creating these groups to, I don't know, like teach you Forex or whatever it is. I have no idea. There are groups out there that are really good and they teach you a lot of information. It's literally just up to you to take that information and read about it. Most of the time, like if you're like buying and selling sneakers, you might have to pay for a group to give you the ins and outs of what's going on and how to like raise the prices and where to get the shoes and when they're dropping. So like that's fine. But something as widely as known as like trading stocks and shorts and longs and puts and options trading, like you're gonna find so much of this like stuff on YouTube. But at the end of the day, the only thing that'll make sure you learn is the experience. You could research 130 million hours on stock trading. Yes, you might get really good at it, but the only way you're gonna be able to get past your mistakes is if you do the actual work and get the experience out of the way. The more experience you do on something, the better you'll get at it. And that's with anything. Stocks, wrestling, investment banking, software engineering, it doesn't matter. You'll just go on and do whatever you need as long as you have the experience to do it and you're not afraid to use or to get that experience. You have to gain that experience. You don't just come into something, right? You can win one time, right? You can win a stock trade, $1,000 you made profit, right? You netted $1,000 profit. That doesn't mean it's going to happen again. Your next one you might net only 200. The next one you might lose 300, right? It's all experience. You just have to get through it. So don't be afraid to take a risk. Again, it's your hard-earned money. If you're going to take the risk, you might as well research things yourself. Don't be an idiot. Take people's advice, but don't like make that the main focal point of you literally just like investing into something, right? Don't invest something because someone says it. Again, I sound like a broken record, guys, but do not invest because someone tells you to invest. It doesn't work that way. It's your money. Do your research. Learn about it. Don't be afraid to take the risk and just move the fuck on. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Congratulations. It doesn't mean you run away. It means you have to be a little more careful and read about the next thing. If you have $50,000 you want to invest, Do not put all $50,000 into one stock. Do not put all $50,000 into the stock market. You have to diversify. There's a lot of things you have to do to make sure that you prevent or mitigate your losses. Okay? Again, at the end of the day, it comes down to you. Please do your research. It's not that hard. It's just about you putting in the time to be able to do your research. That's it. That is it. There's nothing else after that. All right? Now, another thing that I want to mention. Today, I went to the gym when I was not supposed to, but I hit a new high of I don't know what this is. Rows. I did 3 plates of 15 4-sets of rows. Yeah, that was fun. That was actually really fun, and I hit a new high. I feel great. I went to the cold plunge. Oh, by the way, I actually want to discuss this about the cold plunge. This is very, very important. How do I say this, guys? Cold plunge. The cold plunge is very, very important. It's gonna be very, very cold, but please do the cold plunge. You have to prioritize your recovery if you are in the gym consistently. You have to get to the gym consistently, but you also have to prioritize your recovery consistently. I take BCAAs. I haven't been prioritizing the cold plunge. I got back into the cold plunge today. The shit was cold as fuck. It was the temperature of the water was a temperature of the water when the Titanic drowned. Okay, it was very cold. It feels like knives are just like stabbing you all over your body, and it sucks, but it helps with your priority. It's very, very healthy. I highly recommend you watch Andrew Huberman, or what I like to say, Daddy Huberman, and see his take on the cold plunge and the sauna or steam room. There's a lot of things you can learn, and please, please, please do your research. But cold plunge is a very, very healthy and effective way of recovery, and it really just helps you get back into the gym faster. I guess at least with me, right? Because I'm just like a well-oiled machine at this point where I'm at the gym almost every day unless I crash and burn out and I take the day off. And what do? I sleep. That's all it is. So, cold plunge. All right. That's the update for today. There has been some things that I wanted to discuss. All right, so there's a guy named Jack Doherty. I don't even know where to like. I know he's a streamer. I know he's a streamer. I don't watch him a lot. I remember seeing him on like Impulsive when he was young, and shout out to you, Jack, for doing what you do. It's just that like you're kind of an asshole. I don't know. Let me just show you guys this video. I don't even know where this even starts. Let me see.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, little bro? What you gonna do? Uh-oh, he's mad. Uh-oh. What you gonna do, little bro? No.
All right. Yeah, Jack, bro. When I was growing up in the 2010s, right? I was a teenager into the 2010s. The worst thing that like we would see in terms of pranking was Vitaly ZDTV doing a gold digger prank or walking up to girls and saying like the most outlandish shit, and that was about it. Now these days, we have like kids basically acting like hooligans to the general public, which I honestly want to say like it infuriates me. From one point, I get it. This is a viral moment for this individual to be able to, I guess, get someone mad, right? Because when you get someone mad, you get a reaction out of them, and then that reaction that gets filmed is put on the internet, and hate it or love it, which most of the time is hateful, that gets views. And once you get the views, you get more fans. Once you get more fans, you get more money. That's just how it is. So I understand, Jack, that you do this. Like, it just gets me really mad because, and it actually goes back to that quote where if you give, I don't know, like, I'm just paraphrasing, I don't know the actual quote, but if you give a strong man power, he he knows what to do with it, right? But if you give a weak man power, he creates chaos. Jack Doherty, unfortunately, is one of those weak men that creates chaos. And online, he's this and that. I'm big. I'm bad. He's as you guys saw, he's literally walking around, you know, bumping or annoying people. And as soon as someone gets mad, he has security that gets up in their face and says like, "Yo, you're not gonna do anything, right?" Um, I don't know. It's just like a really childish way to like show about yourself, because if you get famous for that, you attract the wrong set of fans that have a mindset that me personally I wouldn't want as fans. So, for example, Jack Doherty, I'm sure, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to defend him a bit. I don't know him as a person or personally, and maybe personally he's, really cool, because most of the time with content creators, like I'm just talking to you guys, so I'm acting the way I am on the camera or off the camera. The thing is, with content creators like this who are there for the entertainment, they have a different personality from what you see on the camera. So obviously, from the millions of people that hate him, they're basing their judgment on who he is from who he shows himself out to be, which is the world we live in, and that's a valid opinion to have if you don't like Jack. But I'm gonna defend him a bit, and I don't know him personally. Personally, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He might be a good guy. However, when you get famous for doing stuff like this, it, for me, creates a problem, because let's say I do what Jack Doherty does and I get super famous, I have millions of followers. Um, the problem that I have is, because I attracted a fan base that is like really dumb, whenever I walk around outside and I want to have like my own free time and just chill, and the like fans come and see me, I'm never gonna get a genuine interaction with them. And what do I mean by genuine interaction? I mean, like, I sit down at a coffee shop and some kids run up to me with their phones out. They're like, "Oh, like, we watch you all day. We watch you all day." Like, "Oh, like, f this, f that, screw this, screw that." Right? They're just like talking a bunch of nonsense to my face, and like, I just want to have a cup of coffee. I'm just like chilling, right? You're not gonna get that with fans like his, because they're just gonna be in your face, just making you like say some shit, and they're gonna be like throwing it out at you. And at some point, like me personally, and I give props to Jack. He might not be tired of that. He might always want to be in character. But me, I'd get pretty tired of that. I'd be like, damn, what the hell is this? Why do I have a fan base like this? They act so dumb. You know, I don't really like. I want to have a genuine conversation with somebody, right? So if I get famous off just having a conversation with you guys and what I'm doing, and my personal goals and achievements, I know that the people will come to me when they see me is people that are normal, that respect me, and they're not gonna have like the phones into my face and be like, "Oh, I watched you. I'm this person. We were discussing about that. It's good to see you. Really nice to see that you live here next to me, and I've been watching you a lot." So like some like interactions like that is where I'll be able to know my fans on a personal level, rather than like having a bunch of kids or young individuals that just like run up to me and like get a reaction out of me, like, "Oh, like they're in my face, like just doing a bunch of stuff." So I don't know. I wasn't even gonna talk about this, but my friend sent this to me earlier, and I was just like, "Damn, like that actually like really pisses me off." It's just really sad because I don't know, like, I just like I have an internal sensitivity to making people uncomfortable. I don't want to make people uncomfortable. It's a very sad situation for me to be in because I want to fix something. I know that I can't have everyone like me. Um, but as long as I don't make them uncomfortable, then it is what it is. I just don't like making people uncomfortable. I don't like having people that don't like me. I try to be friends with everyone. It's all love. I'm spreading love and positivity. I really want the best for everyone, and I wouldn't act that way on public. It's like it just creates a negative image about you. And I know he has a girlfriend. He proposed to her, and she's fine with the attention that he's getting because she's getting the attention as well. But like I'd want to, when I'm outside, I'd want to just like have genuine interactions. That's really the way I would go about these things. But yeah, it is what it is. I can't really speak on him though. But that was crazy to watch. I'm not gonna talk much about this. But again, like imagine like he's alone and like people see him and they're like, oh, like he thinks he's tough. Let's beat him up. Actually, that just to finish this off, if he's without security and people know who he is, they would actually be incentivized to put a phone out and start beating him up on camera because he's been doing that to everyone, and they would just post it and get a lot of views out of it. Maybe they'll get monetized or something, but they'll just get a lot of views out of it. So I don't know. Again, I just not the way I would go about things. I want to have genuine interactions with my friends, the community, the fans, or whatever it is. I obviously have no viewers on Twitch right now, but in the future, if something does go down and someone sees me and they recognize me from streams or from the YouTube channel, then they can just come up to me and have a genuine conversation. And that's really how I want to go about my life. But again, like I said before on my last few streams with Lacey, when he said streaming is harder than an actual job. Again, Jack is really young. Let me just actually double check how young he is. Like he's 20 years old, guys. So again, just like Lacey's 21, Jack is 20. Like when you're young, you don't care much about consequences, and obviously when you give a young kid a few $1 million, then it creates a skewed level of reality for them that makes them act out in a certain way. So it at some point maybe they might get humbled. They might get like an interaction with somebody that might humble them, or they might go through a traumatizing event that humbles them. But if they don't, they don't. Again, they're not bothering me. But I'm just giving my opinions. No disrespect, no nothing. It's just not the way I would go about things. And I guess the farther you go into that loophole, the harder the fall is gonna be if something happens. So listen, Jack, I hope you don't get hurt, but maybe just be a little more respectful. I know you're young. Chance of you even watching this stream is impossible, but if you watch this, just be a little more respectful, man. I don't know. If he makes a like a what's that clip called? If he makes a reaction video on me and he's just like cursing me out and saying fuck this, fuck that, like who is this loser? I don't even know what I would say, but that's just my thing about it. All right. Anyways, so speaking of going back to Saturday, we're gonna be streaming the UFC fight. One thing that I wanted to discuss, and this actually I saw today, was our boy Bob Menery. Bob Menery told Dana White that Power Slap is not interesting. And, I wanna react to this because like Dana's actually kind of funny, man. He's actually hilarious. I've been seeing like so many of the John Jones memes. Like he's like, if anybody walked into a room, John Jones is the only one walking out. John Jones is the number one pound for pound fighter. If you don't think John Jones is the pound for pound number one, you don't know what you're talking about. He said the internet is dumb recently on the Pat McAfee show. So yeah, this guy loves John Jones, and I gotta give him credit. John Jones is a excellent fighter. John Jones knows how to fight. He can wrestle. He can strike. I think he won the UFC championship at 21. Like, imagine being basically Jack Doherty's age and winning the UFC championship, the UFC light heavyweight championship at the time where like there was a bunch of crazy light heavyweights in the UFC. I mean, we're talking Lyoto Machida, Shogun Rua. I don't know. There's a bunch of people. I didn't watch UFC that far, that long ago, but there's just a lot of people there. I gotta give him respect. But if you don't know, Dana White actually created Power Slap. Now, Power Slap, I remember watching Power Slap back in like 2015, 2016, 2017. That was like a sport mainly based in Europe or like Russia. I think Russia was actually famous for actually getting it on the map. But I remember watching it. It was more of like an underground fight event. It's really just somebody that, or two people just get face to face and they slap each other, and whoever knocks each person out wins. Essentially, the technique, from what I understand, is you have to like really build your punch from far away, and you have to be able to hit the person. I don't know where they hit him, but I'm sure it's the jaw right here with like this part of your hand. And once you like hit them hard enough, they get knocked out, and that's when you win the power slap. And guys, I've watched power slap. It gets pretty brutal. I've seen people with their face like with half their face super puffed up, and like they're literally just bleeding because their face swelled up so much that like there's holes that pop and they're just bleeding over and over again. And it was bad. Like, you can't defend yourself. You just have to stand there with your hands behind your back. And there's people, waiting behind you in case you get slapped really hard and you get knocked down, they can catch you. So it's pretty insane. I remember Logan Paul. I used to watch a lot of Logan Paul's vlogs when I was younger. I remember Logan Paul wanted to get into this the slap contest. It was called slap contest. Contest. I searched up slap contest for the on YouTube when I wanted to watch any slap contest. Again, it was made famous in Russia, from my understanding. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But yeah, Logan Paul wanted to do it. I think I actually have a video here. This guy, like, so before Logan Paul became Logan Paul, he wanted to get into slaps. Let me put the video up here. All right, so this is Logan right here, and this is I think his name is Mad Max. I can't tell. It's kind of funny. He just knocks out a fat man with his hand. Okay, so this is a power slap champion, or a slap contest champion, because power slap didn't exist back then. And Logan Paul really wanted to test out his strength in the power slap because he actually wanted to go against a guy named Vasily. Let me double check if I have it here. Vasily, yeah. So Vasily Kometsky. He what's it called? Yeah, so let me show you guys. All right, so Vasily Kamotsky. I speak Russian. Vasily Kamotsky, he's a Russian slap champion. Logan Paul wanted to go against this guy, and I remember there was actually videos of callouts being made from Vasily's side, and Logan would react to it, and he really, really wanted to like get into power slap. This guy can hit. This guy slaps like a truck. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He slaps like a truck. He is insane. He knows what he's doing, and Logan Paul wanted to go against him. Listen, say what you want about Logan Paul. Logan Paul has never been scared to take on a fight. He was like 22, 23, like trying to take on this dude. He's like 300 pounds, just like straight muscle. And I recommend you guys watch his highlights. He's insane. But let me just put this up here. So again, he wanted to fight Vasily, and then this is Logan. This is another slap contest champion from America. I don't know if he ever fought against Vasily. And here's a young Jake Paul. That's funny. It's such a throwback. I remember watching these vlogs when I was younger, every day after school. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's watch this, right? He's about to slap him. I remember he's like vlogging. This is his cameraman. So look. Bah! Yeah, he like knocks him out, and they thought he was gonna fall back, but he actually falls forward. So they knock him out. Logan's at like, if I remember this correctly, again, I don't remember watching this It's been a long time since I watched this, but I remember Logan was like actually shocked that he did that. He didn't know he could do that. He was training in the time frame of this slap, but he was actually surprised that he just like knocked him out cold. And I think a bunch of his friends came out and said like that was 100% real. So again, big ups to Logan. I mean, damn. So quickly, just to finish the side story, I know we went off on a little bit of a tangent, but Logan Paul eventually backed out of the slap contest because, again, it's been a long time, but I think his team told him not to do it. It's a very big liability risk and not worth the attention that he's looking to get. There's other avenues of ways to get into things, which in the end he ended up getting into boxing. So he's making more money off that, and then from boxing it translated into the WWE, and now he's doing this thing. So again, I'm gonna do an analysis on Logan and Jake at some point. I've been big fans of theirs for a while. They know how to set trends. Like if you guys really followed Logan's career, he got into things before they became a thing. So he got into crypto before it became crypto. He got into NFTs before it became NFTs. He got into streaming before streaming was like a big thing. Um, he failed at streaming, but he still got into it because he knew how big of a thing that was going to become. He got into the Pokemon cards, the trading cards, before anybody else got into it, and he got into the boxing scene because he knew boxing was about to blow up again. Floyd Mayweather left, so boxing went down a bit. He brought it back up with Jake, and then he got into the WWE. So like this guy like knows how to set trends, and I don't know if he has a team behind him telling him what to do, but somehow he's always at the forefront of something before it becomes something. That's like the gist of it. So yeah, he ended up not doing the slap boxing. Now, going back to Dana White. We have Dana White here with Bob Menery as the Happy Dad, the Nelk podcast. Shout out Nelk. I know they're great guys. I'm sure they're doing their thing. But here's what happened with that.
Bigger than the UFC.
No chance. As an average person that turns on the TV and I watch Power Slap, I'll tell you what I do. I watch match 1, and it's the same. I watch match 2, it's the same. I watch match 3, it's the same. And I watch 4 7. Somebody gets slapped in the face and they're done. That's it.
Tell me what's the same about each match you watch.
Somebody raises their right hand. They then make direct contact with somebody's face, and then somebody either falls or they don't. That's it.
All right, I just realized that what I said was all just omitted because I had my mic muted. Basically, really, really quick, Bob was part of Nelk. He apparently, from what I was seeing online, it was a piece of shit. He lied about a lot of things. They kicked him out. He comes back. Him and Dana are not really good friends. So everything that's just like omitted because I forgot to unmute my mic, but that's what it is. So you're gonna see a bit of animosity between Bob and Dana as he's saying that Power Slap sucks, and Dana. A lot of people are scared of Dana, so big respect to Bob for saying this shit.
So what happens when you watch a fight?
A fight, you can take somebody down, you can cut somebody's elbow open.
Let's say it's a boxing match. Boxing, which has been popular for over 100 years.
Because
what's different?
I mean, the athletes are obviously, I think, different.
No, he's smart. You're stupid.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets it, and you don't.
I love that. Yes, no, Power Slap is great. Everybody bow down to Power Slap.
Do you think that?
Listen,
the Power Slap community I respect, but at the end of the day, I'll say it as realistic as possible here. You have a bunch of no names slapping each other.
There's
Like
nothing
Olympics.
I value more in my life than business advice from Bob Menery.
There we go.
Nothing I value more.
Like a fucking book.
All right, guys. Like, so you saw that. There's nothing more valuable in life than me taking business advice from Bob Menery. As you saw, they have like a very passive aggressive relationship because Dana just doesn't like him. Bob has fucked up a lot of things. Now, just to react on this, one, yes, they do have no names in Power Slap because I don't wake up every day and say, "Oh my god, I can't wait to watch Power Slap." Two, I will say this: Power Slap from the perspective of a fan of combat sports is not that interesting. It's literally just people walking up to each other and slapping. Um, to be really good at something, as I said before, you have to have a strong skill set, and there's always a science to something when you're actually, I guess, doing something that is really, really good. I don't know if there's a real science to power slapping. Like, you're just finding ways to aim this part of your hand to somebody's chin. So, from the fighter's perspective, I'll say this. To Bob's point, when you're watching a fight, right? Let's just talk about MMA for a second. In MMA, you can get knocked out by an elbow. You can get kicked. You can kick someone to the midsection and it'll be a TKO. You can Superman punch someone. We've seen Anthony Pettis literally jump across the fucking cage and kick Ben Henderson and knock him out, right? There's so many things that can happen in an MMA fight that make it interesting for a knockout to happen. Now, going to Dana's point on boxing, even in boxing, even though it's a very much limited sport, there's still so much of a science that you can do for boxing to have it be a better or more entertaining fight than a power slap. Because with boxing, you see the different styles of fighting. You see the Manny Pacquiao style. You see the Floyd Mayweather defensive skills. You see the who's that guy? Canelo Alvarez, right? You see Caleb Plant. You watch Darren Haney versus Ryan Garcia. That was a crazy fight. Again, with power slap, you just sit there and slap, right? Again, I've never done it. Maybe there is a science to it, but it doesn't seem that interesting because most of the time either someone's getting knocked out or you're just watching a match that's just going on and you're just like seeing someone get brutalized, because the whole point of fighting is a chess match. It can be wrestling, judo, taekwondo, boxing, MMA. Like, you're doing a chess match, right? It's action, reaction, and you're like literally seeing multiple moves and stopping multiple things happening all at once to make sure that you have your opening to attack what you want to attack. So again, to Bob's point, Bob Menery is the funniest guy ever, but I have to say this: I agree with him. Power slap is just not that interesting. It's like bro, like what are you doing? You know, you're standing there, boom, slap, you get knocked out. Okay, next person. It's like power slap is more of like a highlight reel rather than an actual watch party. Whereas a UFC or boxing, like, you can watch it from the beginning to the end and just like be thoroughly entertained. There are, like, yes, fights, one or two fights that are not entertaining, but if you're watching like Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya, that's gonna be an entertaining fight. And there's so many ways that each person can win, and that's the point of what Bob was making, that UFC and fighting is actually much better than power slap. I don't know anyone from power slap. I only know Paige Van Zandt, and that's only because she was in the UFC. So it's not like she's not even like a household name either. She's just another former UFC fighter that tried to go into boxing, couldn't make it in boxing, and then went to power slap. I'm not criticizing her for not making it in boxing or the UFC because I can't do that either, but I'm bringing in my opinion on the fact that there is a quantifiable measurement to say that Bob Menery was correct in what he was saying. So yeah, that's my take on it, guys. Please don't get mad at me, and let's, I don't know, Dana, 50 G's, baby. Yeah, I gotta give Bob Menery credit, dude. This guy told Dana White to his face that power slap sucks. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was insane to watch. I don't even know I had to get about that, but you know, it is what it is. He knows how to talk, right? And Bob Menery, I mean, that guy has his own ups and downs. I can't really speak on him much. He's like, from what I'm seeing online, he's just a weirdo. And if that's the case, then that's the case. I can't make any judgment because I can make the judgment based on what I'm seeing online because I don't know him personally. So that's all I can say. That was a really funny video to watch. I saw that today and I was like, damn, I have to react to this. This is actually really, really funny. But yeah, yeah, that's about it. That's all I wanted to discuss today. Not really much going on. There's a lot of stuff going on though in the politics sphere. I really, really don't want to get into politics because either way, one side gets mad and the other, stays happy, or the other side gets mad and the other stays happy. I don't know. There's always going to be someone that doesn't like what someone says in their viewpoint of politics. So I really want to stay away from that. I know that the election is coming up, and guys, go vote. If you want to see something happening, please go vote. You can make the argument that something, things are going to stay the same, but I don't know. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to get into politics. I don't really want to argue about politics, and yeah, it would be great content. I was going to stream the Elon Musk Donald Trump conversation that they had. I still didn't listen to it. I got back from the gym and I fell asleep. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do a stream reaction. Comment down below if you want it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. I'm not really big into politics. I don't want to get anyone mad. All right. This is all love. No hate. We just all want to be unified together. So. But all right, I think we have enough time on the stream. I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube at Ozzy Isra. Let me show you guys my channel. Please follow me here. This is my channel. Please follow me on YouTube. I post all my streams the day after on my YouTube, and I'm gonna start adding YouTube Shorts and putting it on Instagram as well for Reels. But please follow my channel, subscribe, like the videos. I really appreciate it. I'm not getting many views, but this is just, me starting out on my journey, and just going to continue to document my life as we get higher and higher and higher. And maybe at some point when I become a millionaire, we can enjoy, watching our old videos and being able to applaud our progression through our process of the grind. All right, you guys. So it is Wednesday night. I will see you guys later. I will see you on Saturday night. We're going to watch Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis. We're going to get a banger of a fight. I hope we get a banger of a fight. Dricus is not a fun fighter. Israel is a kickboxer, so naturally he wants to punch and kick. So good of him to do that. It's going to be a great fight. I can't wait. Guys, I'm not going to do this every single stream, but most likely most streams I'll do it. There is no tomorrow. It is the middle of the week. If you haven't started something that you want to start, please start it now. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. You have to fucking start what your goals are. I don't care. You missed out on the last 2 years? Great. You missed out. You can't get anything back from that. No matter how much money you get, you might as well start now or today. There is no tomorrow. Don't let your life pass by. Discipline is you doing something now so that the future self of you can benefit later. Do not stop for nobody. Please start on your goals and dreams. If you don't have goals and dreams, that's fine. Stay content with where you want to be. I'm not mad at that. I'm not going on you for that. I applaud you for knowing what you want. But if you know that you want more, right? And more doesn't have to be a yacht or a jet like me. More can be a Porsche 911. More can be you getting a Tesla. More can be you buying a house for your family. Whatever it is, start figuring out a way to get that goal achieved. That's all it is. And you better start today because there is no tomorrow. I'll see you guys on Saturday. All right? Bye.